There was nothing else at all in the whole world but football.
Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Simon here from the FFF, and this is a FFF Show chat. That is right, I did let the theme tune play out a little bit longer than I usually do. It's because I just think it's an absolute banger and I think it's an absolute tune, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. This was the FFF Show chat that I had with Robert on Monday, and we talked about everything La Liga, more or less. We talked about his hopes of Sevilla winning the title. Robert is a massive Sevilla fan, so he obviously is going to be backing Sevilla to pick Real Madrid to the title. It looks like it's a pretty much two-horse race between those two teams. And yeah, we talked a little bit Sevilla, about Real Madrid, about Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, the main teams that are standing out so far, the standout La Liga players this season. We talked about Real Sociedad and Villarreal, why they're not doing as well as they were last season, and then about the teams that he thought were most likely to get relegated next year. So yeah, it was a great chat that we had, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoyed talking with Robert. And thanks again for listening to the FFF. I'm enjoying putting out this content. I hope you guys are enjoying it and trying to listen to as much of it as possible. And yeah, thank you so much again. Hope you're all safe, hope you're all taking care, and yeah, bye-bye. There's no better place to start really than Sevilla. I mean, how's your sort of thoughts and feelings on Sevilla at the moment, and what do you think your sort of chances for winning La Liga are, and how do you just think Sevilla are doing right now?
I'm really proud of being a Sevilla fan right now, I have to be honest. And I didn't expect Sevilla to be that good this year in La Liga. They are really consistent, and I think we have a lot of chances to win La Liga, but of course Real Madrid is still there. They have a really good team. But I mean, we are second. We are just 3 points behind Real. We can actually dream about winning La Liga. And I think, yeah, actually I'm really excited. I'm really happy now because of Sevilla won 3 days ago against Atletico. We have tomorrow the game against Barcelona. And if we win, then we are just 3 points behind. And that will be actually awesome. So, yeah, I'm really happy, man. I'm really happy.
Do you think realistically that there's a chance that you could win La Liga?
Well, there is a chance, of course. Last year we were really close, and I think in the last 3 games we were just 2 or 3, I think 3 points or 4 points behind Atletico. And I think right now Real Madrid is really, they're playing really great, and they are really, I think they have already, 43 points. That's a lot. It's gonna be tough. I think Real is better than last year for sure. But yeah, I think last year Atletico was better and Barcelona, they were also better. So now I think it's gonna be just Real Madrid and Sevilla, the two teams that are gonna fight for La Liga. Maybe Atletico soon, but yeah, I think it's difficult. But I think we have more chances than last year. So I think we are gonna be fighting till the end, and I think probably we're going to be there till the last game.
Talk to me about that Rakitic rocket, man. Wow, what a goal that was.
What a goal indeed.
Incredible. Yeah.
Unbelievable. I was having dinner, and I took everything out of my mouth. It was it was a surprise. I didn't expect that hit, let's say, that goal.
Yeah.
It was
about 35 yards out, and yeah, just an absolute screamer.
It was, I didn't expect, because let's say Rakitic, the last time he scored a goal like this was maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago. And also against Atletico, against Oblak, probably the best goalkeeper in the world. So, yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, it was so good, man. I'm so glad that, Sevilla ended up winning that game as well, because you really deserved it. It's interesting to see how Atletico are not doing as well as last season. What do you think that is? Why do you think that's come to that?
Well, I think last year they were really lucky. Uh, and I think that bit of luck they don't have it this year. And also they bought new players. Suarez is not as good as last year. Last year they were really clinical and really efficient. They had better defense as well, and this year they are conceding more goals. So I think probably the defense is the biggest factor here. So you can see that they are conceding way more goals than last year. So probably they don't really have two center backs that are in form right now. I think Savic is not playing great, and also Felipe, and also Suarez. He's not as fit as last year. So last year he was scoring
Mm.
every game, and now this year he's not playing. He's not scoring. So I think that's the biggest problem of Atletico this year. They are not scoring goals, and also the defense is not as solid as last year.
Do you think we've got to a point with La Liga where a lot of those sort of old classic stars, obviously Messi and Ramos, have now gone off to play in France, but then you've got the likes of Luis Suarez, who you mentioned before, and then Benzema, who Benzema is obviously having a great season, but do you think there's getting to a point where these sort of old La Liga stars are more or less age is catching up with them to a
Yes,
sense where they can't play like they always have done?
yes, I have the same feeling. So I think without Messi, La Liga is a bit different, and I feel like now we still have a lot of young stars like Pedri, like Vinicius. They are really young, really talented. But of course, I think the players like Messi, Ramos, they are now playing in France. Ronaldo is playing in England again, and also players like Suarez is getting old. So Rakitic as well. So Rakitic now is not as good as he used to be. So I feel like age is like a big factor here, and now these
Mm.
stars are getting older, and maybe we are not buying uh, stars or buying uh, as many stars as we used to do in the past. So Real Madrid and Barcelona, they were spending a lot of money in buying Ibrahimovic, buying Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, and I think they are not investing as much money as before. And I think all the money now is in England and also in teams like PSG. They have a lot of money. So I think that's the biggest problem right now. We don't have that much money like we used to do, and I think this is better for La Liga. Well, for in my opinion, because now it's more competitive. Now, before it was Real Madrid and Barcelona, they were playing just against each other, and that's it. And now we see more competitiveness. So we see Sevilla playing, being second, and they are actually really close. Last year they were really close to winning La Liga. Atletico won La Liga last year. Villarreal, they are doing well, not this year, but they are always competitive. Betis, they are playing really good this year. So I see it's very competitive. La Liga. It's really exciting to see every game of La Liga. But of course, there are not as many stars as we used to have before.
From my sort of perspective and from an outsider's perspective, it's almost like you sort of rely on youth a lot more and these academies to sort of bring these stars up. So whereas before you kind of had these instant stars because Real Madrid, Barcelona were just buying and spending a lot of money on these stars, but now you're seeing a lot more development. So it possibly just takes a bit longer for these stars to develop. But my God, I mean, La Liga is still producing some amazing stars like Pedri, like you mentioned, and then obviously Vinicius. It's great to see.
Yeah, I mean, especially I think Barcelona, they have a really young team right now. Of course, they are seventh in La Liga, so they are not great, but they are. I feel like there are a lot of young s- players that are developing right now. So Pedri, we have Gavi, Nico, and I think this is also good for the Spanish national team. I think there's future ahead, and that's really positive for just not La Liga, but also for Spain. And also Real Madrid, I think they did a little bit different. So I think in Barcelona we see a lot of Spanish young players, but Real Madrid they bought players from Brazil or Uruguay like Valverde. And I think it's two different approaches right now. So Barcelona is more, playing, buying players maybe are in Spain. Of course, they're also buying players abroad. But Pedri was bought from Las Palmas, from the Canary Islands,
Hmm.
and I think, and also teams like Real Sociedad, even Atletico, they still have good young players. So, but I think we still need to produce or attract more young stars. So I
Yeah.
still feel like teams like, for example, Sevilla, we have a lot of old players. Let's say Rakitic, Fernando. We don't the average age is not really it's not high, but also not really low. So
No.
I think compared to England, we are now in the phase of trying to grow the players, try to attract more young players, and then maybe they will become stars in the future. And now England is more like, okay, we just buy stars and that's it. But
Mm.
we'll see. I think France they have a different approach. So France is always focusing on developing young players, and then they sell it to Spain or England. So I don't know what's the future of La Liga, if we're gonna be more like France or more like England, or in between. Because I think the Serie A is the opposite. They buy all players.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's definitely worth sort of keeping an eye on how La Liga develops. But I just kind of like the approach of using youth and relying on academies to produce these world class talents. Because I mean, the academies and the amount of sort of scouting and the efforts that go into these academies, that in a sense it takes a bit longer, but eventually you'll get the same results. You'll still get
Hmm,
these world class players, and yeah.
agree.
But the thing that does happen is that you have to, when you're relying on youth, and we sort of see it with Arsenal at points as well, where you rely on youth, but you have to expect that you're gonna lose a few games along the
Agree.
way. So it's and that's what we're sort of seeing with Barcelona at the moment. I think you can already see that Xavi's implementing his style, and you can see that it's almost like going back to the Guardiola days, those tiki-taka days of great
Hmm,
Barca football. But there's still inexperience there, and there's still
hmm.
mistakes there, and that's a lot to do with the youth, I think.
Agree. And I think in order to win titles, you need to develop or grow the team through time. So, for example, Sevilla, I remember before they won the UEFA Europa League, uh, they were also really young. There was a really young team, a new team. And sometimes when you start with a new project, you really need to wait for at least 2 or 3 years or 4 years even sometimes to see the
Hmm.
results. And I think for Arsenal or Barcelona, it's time now to grow and to gain experience. And I think maybe in 3 4 years you will see the results. And that's part of football. Right? Sometimes you have to enjoy the process. So now it's time to lose to earn experience, and then in 3 4 years you will see titles, maybe Champions League, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, let's hope so. What do you think of Xavi's management of Barcelona so far? I mean, are you impressed? Do you think it's a good appointment from Barcelona?
Well, I mean, I think he's the right choice for Barcelona, but I'm not sure if he's gonna deliver results fast. So I think Barcelona right now uh, they need to be able to win more or win more games, because right now they are not winning. Of course, they won last weekend, but I think they really need to win, and they need to start adding 3 points every weekend, because otherwise they are not going to qualify for Champions League, maybe even not for Europa League. So I think Xavi is a great choice, but I think now they need another approach. They need to be able to qualify for Champions League and get the money that brings Champions League, because without that money they cannot grow. And of course, right now they have a lot of young players, and I think that's important. They have a new style, and they need time to develop these ideas that Xavi is bringing. But they need immediate results, and maybe with Xavi they are not going to get immediate results, and they're going to lose the the Champions League money that is always valuable for teams like Barcelona, and really important in order to grow and be able to compete in the highest level.
Do you think then the pressure on Xavi is almost going to be too much, in the sense that you talked about the sort of financial implications of not qualifying for Europe, or not even qualifying for Europa League, or even the Conference League? Is that just going to be too much pressure for Xavi? Are the board of Barcelona going to look at that and just think, Xavi, you haven't done what we needed you to do, and sorry, you've got to move you on?
Yeah, I mean, he has the pressure, but I think he's a legend of Barcelona, so even if he doesn't qualify even if Barcelona doesn't qualify for Champions League, he is gonna continue, because he's a legend of Barcelona, and he has a style, or he wants to introduce a style similar to Guardiola, and really similar to Barcelona's ideas, let's say. So more trying to play football rather than counter attacks, so it's more try to keep possession of the ball. Let's say the Guardiola's tiki-taka style. But yeah, I think even if it does not perform, I think he's gonna continue, because I don't think they're gonna sack him, even though they don't perform.
Yeah, it seems like the only way that they'll even sort of think about sacking him is if they obviously get relegated, but which isn't going to happen.
No,
which is
that's
obviously
not likely to happen.
Do you think they'll bounce back next season? Do you think they'll be a bigger force next season? Because obviously with their sort of financial issues as well, like how dangerous are they going to be in the summer transfer window? Are they going to be able to sign these massive talents, or do they still have to just go with patience and develop young players? It's an interesting one.
Yeah, I think that's the question. I think so. I think that right now they don't have the financial resources to invest or attract stars like Haaland, because I think a lot of people, they want Haaland. So I think they maybe have to buy players that are not stars, but maybe they are potential stars. So there is one player from Salzburg. I don't know if you know him. I think his name is Adeyemi.
Oh yes, Adeyemi. Yeah. Hasn't he just signed with Dortmund though?
Well, he's really close to sign with Dortmund, but I think he still didn't do it. I'm not 100% sure. And Barcelona likes him, and I think it's going to be probably a good signing for Barcelona. Also, players like Ferran Torres, he's not playing that much with City, and I think Barcelona is also interested in buying him, maybe even buying him on a loan. So I think right now Barcelona, they cannot afford to spend that much money in big players. So I think they have to be patient, and they still have to play with a lot of players from La Masia. So yeah, I think that's the problem of Barcelona. That even I think in order to get to the highest level, they have to be patient, and they still have to do a lot of work with the players that are with Barcelona right now. So Frenkie de Jong, Memphis Depay, they have to do more. And yeah, maybe if they qualify for Europa League, they can maybe buy some good players. But also, I think they will need to sell. And I think if they don't sell, they cannot buy, because right now, with the current performance, they cannot generate revenue, so they need to sell. And we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I do wonder which players will be sold, but something tells me your former Sevilla player, Luke de Jong, he'll be on his way out because I don't think he's going to be favoured so much.
Yeah.
I still, to this day, don't understand why Barcelona bought Luke de Jong. I mean, apologies if you're a big fan of his, but I really just don't rate him as a striker at all. I don't think he's a very good striker.
Well, he's not a bad striker. I think he's really good. He's really tall. He can be a good resource for the last minutes when they want to just cross the ball and play that game, where just try to cross the ball and play with long balls. But I think Ronald Koeman liked him a lot because, of course, Ronald Koeman was the coach of the national team, and Luke de Jong was playing a lot with Ronald Koeman in the national team, and that's one of the reasons why Barcelona signed him. I think because of the good relationship between Ronald Koeman and Luke de Jong. And I think right now you can see that he's not a great fit for Barcelona, especially now with Xavi. And I think Luke de Jong is a player that doesn't really perform really good in La Liga. So with Sevilla, he was not scoring that many goals in La Liga. And I think he's a player that he has a great potential. He's actually not bad, but of course his style is made for maybe the Eredivisie or another league. But I think even if he's not playing that much, I think he can be useful for Barcelona.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the best move for de Jong is to perhaps come back to the Netherlands and, where it all started and come back to his hometown.
If you like football films, then come check out the FFF Cinema, where I'm joined by guests, sometimes football fans, sometimes not, to review a specific football film. Give me 2 tickets to that football film right now.
All of this talk of Barcelona, I'll surely won't be backing them and hoping for them to play well on is it Wednesday you're playing them?
Tuesday. So actually tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely be backing Sevilla tomorrow. And I'm not just saying that because you're my friend, but I'm saying that because I just genuinely think Sevilla will beat Barcelona tomorrow. I think you're a much better unit at the moment.
That's true.
Yeah, you're really on fire. And I just think.
But we have
too much.
We have a lot of injuries. That's our biggest problem right now. So we have Suso injured, Lamela as well,
and Nasiri
as well. Acuna, Montiel, Ocampos is also injured. So we have a lot of injuries, and I think without those players, it's not that easy to win. So we were really lucky the last 3 games. We won against Atletico in the last minute. We won against Bilbao 0-1. It was a tough game, and then against Villarreal 1-0 as well. So I think we were really lucky the last few games, and I think the players are really tired as well. So we need the key players to recover as fast as possible because right now I feel like we are really exhausted and we need some time to rest, and because we played a lot of games since the start of the season, and of course we didn't qualify for the next round of the Champions League. It was it was sad to not be able to qualify, but now on the other part, I think we're doing really good in La Liga, and I think that's important, of course. And we are still alive in the Copa del Rey, so that's also important. But I think tomorrow is a tricky game. Sevilla is favorite because, of course, we are second, but we have a lot of injuries and the team is not fit at all, I think. we are not playing that well. We are not playing great. The last few games we played really bad. So I think, I think it's gonna be a draw.
Okay, that's your
That's
prediction.
my prediction.
You think it's gonna be a 0-0 or
A
a
1-1.
1-1?
So I think because we are
Yeah.
playing at home and we have incredible fans, we have a really great atmosphere. That's the reason why we win so much in the Sanchez Pizjuan, thanks to our fans. So I think that's gonna be a key point or a key factor tomorrow, playing at home. But I think it's gonna be a draw, so a 1-1 or even 0-0. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I feel like you're not being so positive because I mean, come on, you just beat Atletico 2-1.
Yeah,
and
but I'm.
you can't have done that by playing badly. So
But still, I saw the progress of the team the last few months, and we are winning, but we are also lucky and we are surviving. Let's say more than outperforming the other team. So it's more like a survival uh, battle every. It's like a battle every game. So we are surviving. We are fighting till the end, and I think that's why we are now second because of our fighting spirit rather than our football, because we are not playing great, but we are really efficient, we are clinical, we are defending really well, and I think that's the reason why we are second. But I think tomorrow it's going to be a tricky game, and I think it's going to be a draw. But I think after Christmas, hopefully we are going to recover some key players like Acuna, Montiel, maybe in the city, and I think that's good. It's gonna be different. So I think we're gonna be even better after Christmas.
okay, that's good, man. That's good. I know this is going to be really painful for you, but I have to ask you anyway. But Jules Koundé, do you think he's going to be a Sevilla player come the end of the season? Do you think he'll be potentially on his way to Chelsea? Because obviously there was that connection there, and he was very close to actually going to Chelsea. Yeah, what's your thoughts on all of it?
Yeah, he was really close to sign with Chelsea this summer, but I think he's not gonna leave this Christmas. I think he's gonna leave for sure, but it's gonna be at the end of the season. So he's gonna wait because right now we don't have so many players at the moment. So we really need Koundé. We only have 3 center backs, and if one leaves, then we only have 2 center backs, and we cannot. That's not possible. For us to keep playing or fighting. So I think he's also smart, and I think he knows it's not the right moment to leave, and he's gonna wait till the end of the season. And I think Sevilla, they want to sell Koundé for at least 80 million or 70 million euros. And last year Chelsea, they were not willing to pay that much. So maybe next year is going to be different. Who knows?
Cool. Talk to me about the standout La Liga players so far this season, because I've been listening to a few sort of La Liga focused podcasts, and just to sort of direct you towards one player that I want you to talk to me about is Oscar Trejo.
Oscar Trejo, he's playing great. I have to be honest. I think he's the player with most assists so far in La Liga. And I think he's also an experienced player, so he's not a young star. So he has a lot of years in. He has been playing a lot of years in La Liga. He played for Mallorca a few years, I remember, and I think he's playing really great. And also Rayo Vallecano, I think, is probably the surprise of La Liga. Nobody expected Rayo Vallecano to be playing great and to be 5th or 4th. So that's actually unbelievable. I think it's the best season for Rayo Vallecano so far in their history. And I think nobody expected them to be so good this year. I think Trejo is one of the best players so far in La Liga, and I think the best one is Vinicius from Real Madrid. Yeah, I think he's probably now the superstar of La Liga together with Benzema. He's every game he does something different. He is really good with dribbling, and he's really fast. He's also scoring a lot. So I think that was the biggest problem of Vinicius. He was not a top scorer. He was struggling always to score a goal, and now this year he's scoring a lot of goals and also beautiful goals. So I don't know if you saw the game against Sevilla. So it was 1-1, and in the 88th minute, Vinicius he scored a beautiful goal. Was a rocket as well.
I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he's now the best player of La Liga. He's every game he does something different. He's probably the best Brazilian player at the moment, better than Neymar for sure. And yeah, I think the reason why Real Madrid is first at the moment is because of Vinicius. He's really fit, and he's now the superstar of La Liga.
Yeah, I think there was always something that I wondered who would be the next sort of La Liga stars, and for a moment I actually thought it was going to be Kylian Mbappe. Obviously, there was that big link that Real Madrid were looking to bringing in, but I'm glad that Vinicius has stepped up and shown what he's capable of, because there was a lot of talks that Mbappe and Erling Haaland, they're the new sort of successors to Messi and Ronaldo, but Vinicius really has to, he has to be in the conversation now, because the kid is phenomenal.
Agree. And yeah, I think probably next year maybe we will see Mbappe playing for Real. I think
what an attack!
Mbappe, Vinicius. I think probably one of the fastest players in the world. Both Mbappe and Vinicius. So it's going to be a fast team, a fast attack.
Yeah. And I mean, all the other teams might as well just give up.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I think I don't know Haaland if he's gonna stay with Borussia Dortmund. Maybe he signs for Bayern, or maybe for an English team like Liverpool, City,
Man City. Yeah.
So yeah, I think the next transfer window is gonna be exciting. So I think Mbappe he's gonna join Real for sure. Messi and Neymar, they will stay at Real. I don't know, maybe PSG they will sign another star to replace Mbappe.
Are there any other sort of standout players of La Liga that you can think of?
Well, I think, of course, because Sevilla is second, I think Diego Carlos and Koundé, both, they are playing really good this year. So I think Sevilla is the team with less goals conceded so far, and that's because of the defense. Koundé and Diego Carlos, they are playing great. Their performance phenomenal, and also thanks to the goalkeeper Bono. So I think, and of course the midfielder Fernando. So there is a triangle. It's called
the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, the Holy Trinity is called. No, actually, this is true. So it's Fernando, Koundé, and Diego Carlos, and also we have Bono. So it's like, it's more like more than a triangle. So I think that's diamond. Yeah, that's the word, and I think that's the reason why Sevilla is second. I think it's more, 4 players instead of 1. But I think there is another player from Betis, the rival of Sevilla, Juanmi. He's also scoring a lot of goals. 11 goals so far for him. That's a lot. And I think we have also with Barcelona we have not Pedri, but I forgot his name. Gavi. Yeah. Gavi, he's also playing really good this year, and of course Benzema, another important player.
Yeah. How old is Benzema now? Is like 37 or something, and he's just
I think 35.
34. So
Ooh,
I added three. Yeah, I added
I was
3 years
close. I
on it.
was
So
close.
yeah, you were closer. Yeah. He's still got a long way to go. Actually, for some reason I thought he was a lot older than that. But yeah, I mean, if you look at sort of Ibrahimovic and I'm trying to think who there was another player that's Ronaldo who's 37 at the
Yeah, that's
moment.
true. And he's
Yeah, that's the thing with old players. I think they keep themselves so fit and so athletic that they can go on even into their 40s.
especially
Perhaps
Ronaldo. Ronaldo, that's
yeah,
he's a machine.
yeah. The guy's not human. It's it's just unreal how freaking like athletic and muscular that guy is. But yeah,
37. He doesn't look like 37. He looks like 30 or 29.
He's definitely slowed his game down a bit. He's not as obviously.
Agree.
He's not going to be as fast as he was in his young days, but I think he's playing. The thing is, Ronaldo. He's got such a great footballing brain that he's able to know when to run and when to sprint,
Agree.
and he uses his brain more than he does his legs like he used to in his old days. But yeah, he's still fast. I wouldn't want to race him. I know this is going to pain you, but talk to me a little bit about Real Betis because they're doing quite well this season. I know, my friend. They're doing quite well this season as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are playing actually better than expected. So they are third. I think that's the best season in their history so far. So yeah, my brother, he's from Betis and he's really excited. He never seen better Real Betis than this one. So I think that's because of the coach, Pellegrini. He is a really good coach with a lot of years of experience. He did really great at Villarreal. He was also the coach of Real Madrid for 1 year, and also
City,
Man City as well. He won the Premier League with Man City.
And Malaga as well.
Malaga as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the reason why they are so good this year is because of the coach, and I think they also have really good players like Nabil Fekir, Canales,
Hector Bellerin.
Hector Bellerin.
Not so sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I think even though they don't have that many good players, and also if you look player per player, it's not as great as, I don't know, Villarreal, for example. I think Villarreal has a better team. But I think, yeah, I think they have a really good team spirit, and they are also really positive even when they lose. And I think that's the reason why they are third. Of course, still behind Sevilla. But yeah, I think I think that's good to also for the city of Sevilla to have two teams, second and third. Of course, I want to have Betis always below Sevilla, and for me, even if they qualify for Champions League, okay, that's good for them. But I always want to see my team be above Betis, and that's for me what's important. Of course, if they play Champions League, okay, well deserved. I don't have to say anything about that. But yeah, I think it's good for the city. I think to see two teams second and third.
Yeah. No, you don't have to explain to me how important it is finishing above your local rival, because
really important.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I know as an Arsenal fan, if Tottenham finish above us, that's, if we don't have much to play for, the most important thing to play for is finishing above Tottenham. So yeah, I know exactly how it feels. I mean, you mentioned Villarreal a little bit, but I'd like to just ask you a little bit on them, but also Real Sociedad as well, because they were two shining lights of La Liga last season. They played really well in La Liga and obviously in Europe as well. They're not having the greater times in La Liga at the moment. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think they started actually great. They were first, and then second and third, and now I think they are. I think they are sixth. I think, or something like that. But yeah, I think they have the same thing that they have every year. So they start really good, and then after a few games they start to lose, and yeah, they have a lack of consistency. That's, I think, the word of that defines the Real Sociedad and La Liga. They have really good players, young players, but they are not consistent as they should be, let's say, in order to compete with Sevilla or Betis, let's say, for Champions League positions. But yeah, I think I think even if they are not winning as much as some people expect them to win, they are always there. They are always in Europa League positions, and they always manage to finish sixth or fifth, let's say. And I think the same happens with Villarreal. I think that's the biggest disappointment so far in Liga. So Villarreal, they are not doing great. They are actually doing really good in the Champions League, so I think they are qualified for the next round. But in La Liga, they lost a lot of games, also stupid games against Celta. They drew against Cádiz at home. Yeah, so they are not. Yeah, I think that's the biggest disappointment so far, Villarreal.
Would you have to say that they're the one player that's almost dragging them through and getting to play as well as they are, as well as they're able to, is Gerard Moreno, because he's an absolute talisman for them. I think without them, God knows where they'd be.
Agree. So I think that's he was injured for 1 or 2 months, and now he's back, and now they are winning again. So I think So Gerard Moreno is like the Messi of Barcelona. Messi left. Now you see Barcelona. They are seventh. So yeah, the same applies for Villarreal with Gerard Moreno. And I think if Sevilla loses Diego Carlos, Koundé, and Fernando, they will of course be bad, and they will not be second. They will be probably eighth or ninth. So I think that's the biggest problem of Villarreal. Now Gerard Moreno is back. Probably Villarreal is gonna start winning a lot soon, and I think Villarreal, they are gonna be fighting for Champions League positions at the end of the season. But yeah, I think it's gonna be exciting to see how Villarreal and Real Sociedad progress through the year. I think Villarreal is gonna end above Real Sociedad because they have better team and better players. They have a Champions League team, let's say. They have players like Gerard Moreno. They have players like Danjuma. He's really good. They have Pau Torres, Parejo. Yeah, they have Chukwueze. So they have really good players.
They've got great players. Yeah, no,
they are
definitely.
the Europa League champions. They won last year against United. But I think if they want to compete or they want to compete for La Liga or fight for La Liga, they have to sign players for the defense and also change the goalkeeper. I think they have a problem there. So Rulli, and I say,
who is their goalkeeper?
Rulli. So Rulli, he's not really secure. He's not the type of goalkeeper I would like to have in my team. He's making a lot of mistakes. He's not really confident. And also they have Asenjo. He's very old and he's also not a great goalkeeper. So I think that's the biggest problem of Villarreal, the defense and the goalkeeper. If they buy a good goalkeeper and then a good 2 or 3 defenders, top defenders, then they will be really good for sure.
If you're interested in coming on the show for an Under the Floodlights special to talk about your favourite player or manager, please email the FFF2021@gmail.com or DM the FFF84 on Twitter. All contact details will be in the episode description. Hope you're all keeping safe, and thanks again for listening to the FFF.
Just a selfish one from my perspective, and I want to talk to you about him. He was obviously a shining light of La Liga with Real Sociedad, and he wasn't able to really show what he was capable for Real Madrid. But now he's at Arsenal. Are you surprised Martin Odegaard is doing so well for Arsenal right now? What's your thoughts on that?
He did really good at Real Sociedad, but I think in order to be able to succeed in a team like Real, you have to be at top level. You have to play 100%, or you have to show your 100% every game, because there's a lot of competition, and in order to play with the best players in the world, you have to play your maximum level every game. And I think Odegaard, he was not playing his maximum, and I think sometimes with Zidane he plays. I mean, you have Kroos, you have Modric, you have Casemiro. They are, of course, better players than Odegaard, and he has to understand his role at Real, and he has to understand that it will take time to him to play for Real, and I think he didn't have the patience to wait in the bench and play the last minutes for Real. He just wanted to play more and more, and I think he made a good choice, because if he stays at Real, maybe he's not gonna succeed, because I think with Kroos and Modric, he's not gonna play that much.
Yeah, he's going to be on the bench again, isn't he? Yeah.
But I think with Arsenal, I think he found a good team there, and I think he can grow even more. And what are your thoughts? Do you think he's gonna become a superstar or not?
Yeah, no, I might be going a little bit overboard here, but I really do. I think he's the last sort of 5 games, and I think it's a good point that you bring up about the patience. Perhaps he himself didn't have the patience, or the managers Zidane or Ancelotti weren't able to. Although he didn't play for Ancelotti, but I think Ancelotti wouldn't have perhaps shown the patience that was needed with Odegaard. I think I completely agree with you. I think with Modric and Kroos and those players there, I think they would started over Odegaard all the time. But now at Arsenal, he's part of a project. He's part of a whole setup of players. This whole team is developing, and I think Odegaard fits into that perfectly. So I think the patience is going to be there, but he's already showing. I think the last sort of 5 games, he's playing out of his skin, and just if you give Martin Odegaard that confidence by playing him game after game after game, he'll show you what he can do. And it's and there's a real good sort of example of how great he's doing. We've got another player called Emil Smith-Rowe, who is he can't stop scoring at the moment. He's Arsenal's top scorer, but because Odegaard's playing so well, I mean, Odegaard isn't scoring as many goals, but Odegaard is starting every game over Emil Smith-Rowe. So it just goes to show you how good Martin Odegaard is when he's on his day. And I'm glad that we got him for such a cheap price as well. We got him for around 35 million. So I'm really happy that we managed to do that.
Do you think he's better than Ozil or not?
Yeah, no, I do. It's perhaps a bit too early to say, because Ozil, in his glory days, he had about 3 or 4 seasons where he performed really well. The only issue was with Ozil was when the team wasn't doing well, Ozil just gave up. He was quite lazy and quite languid. So I think with Odegaard, one thing you can't say about Odegaard is he's not lazy at all. Like, the guy has so much energy and he runs into the ground. Like, he's so he gives everything on the pitch, and that's what fans love to see, isn't it? Right? We love to see players just absolutely running their legs off for the club, and that's one thing Odegaard does a hell of a lot better than Ozil. I also just think Odegaard has the same amount of talent as Ozil as well. So you put that with like a work ethic, it's great to see. But maybe it's a bit too early to say, but I definitely think the potential is definitely there to be as good as Ozil. All right. Watch this space.
I guess Odegaard is your favorite player of Arsenal at the moment.
I would say so. I haven't really thought about it so much, but Odegaard is putting such a smile on my face. Like, my favourite Arsenal player of all time is Dennis Bergkamp, and I'm not sort of comparing the two, but there's that just for me, what I love about a player is when they're so technically gifted on the ball and they're able to do these crazy things that you could never imagine doing yourself. And yeah, it's just, I love Odegaard for it.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I think last time I spoke to you, I said Thomas Partey was my favourite player, but that's another La Liga player that hasn't been able to sort of transfer his amazing time as an Atletico player, because he was so good for Atletico, and he's just been. I would say a lot of Arsenal fans are going a little bit overboard and saying that Thomas Partey has been terrible. I don't think he's been terrible, but he hasn't been the player that we've expected him to be, and it's a bit of a shame, really.
Yeah, I think, of course, with Atletico, Atletico has a better team. So I think for him it was easier to play at Atletico because around Partey they were really good technical players, and I think for Arsenal he found a different environment, different players, different style. And I think the reason why he's not succeeding is because the style is not adapted to him, or maybe he's not able to adapt to the new style of Arteta. And also La Liga has a different pace than the Premier League. So in La Liga it's more possession, it's more control of the ball, slow tempo. But I think in the Premier League it's totally different. It's fast tempo. It's direct football, let's say, and
it's very intense.
Very intense as well, very aggressive. And I think for Thomas Partey, he's not maybe made for that kind of games or that kind of style. I thought he was going to perform better at Arsenal. I thought Partey was a good fit for Arsenal, but yeah, sometimes you see players that are performing really well in La Liga and then they don't perform in the Premier League, and also the other way around. Yeah, I think for Partey, I think we'll still have to wait some time. Maybe next year he's gonna start performing better. We had the same with Nzonzi or Rakitic. They were not performing really great during the first year and a half, and then they started to play really good and they became stars. So yeah, sometimes you need to wait a little bit, and then maybe after a year they start performing.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think with Partey, it's not completely over. I mean, there's still time for him to turn it around, and he's shown glimpses. There have been times in against certain oppositions he's been able to do what he was able to do for Atletico. My only worry is that when he was at Atletico were an incredibly defensive unit, and that's what Simeone demands of his players. They have to run into brick walls for each other, and with Arsenal you don't have that so much. I think Arteta is quite a defensive coach, but nowhere near on the levels of Simeone. So I think he always kind of had that cover, because one thing with Partey is he's quite sloppy on the ball at times. Like, he will try this amazing world-class pass, but that won't always work, and he'll sometimes give away possession. And when he used to do that for Atletico, you would have the likes of Jimenez and other players around him just breaking their legs to get that ball back. But yeah, with Arsenal, we don't really have that quality, especially with the likes of Xhaka playing next to him. It's not quite as a luxury for Partey.
Even if he doesn't succeed in Arsenal, I think he should try to play in another Premier League team, maybe, because I think even if he's not, he doesn't have that many good players around him, or I think he could still perform maybe in teams like Chelsea or City. So yeah, I think it depends on him if he's able to adapt to Arsenal or not.
Like I say, I certainly hope that he's able to turn it around for Arsenal. I do think he he's got the ability to do it. But yeah, it's just one of those things that we'll have to see. Just going back to La Liga, my man. Your picks for relegation. Who do you think is going to get relegated this season?
So Cádiz is my Cádiz. I think then Getafe and Levante. These are my three favorite teams top teams to go down to the Segunda División. I think Cádiz, last year I think they played better than expected, because I think they have one of the lowest budgets in La Liga, and also they don't have really good players. They have a really average team, let's say, not many superstars, and the same happens with Getafe and Levante. I think Getafe Levante is different because they are underperforming. They have probably more years of experience in La Liga, probably better players than Cádiz, but this year they are underperforming. Levante, now they sacked two coaches so far, so I think it's not looking great for them. Then also for Getafe, they sacked Mitchell, and with the new coach, they're actually not doing great. And with Cádiz, I think Cádiz, I mean, if they are relegated, then it's not a surprise, because the players are not great, to be honest.
I mean, it's quite an interesting one, just looking at the table now, because it looks like Levante are pretty much nailed on for going down, because I mean they're on 8 points and about 6 points behind. Well, they are 6 points behind Cádiz. But then you look at Cádiz in 19th and Getafe up in 16th. There's only 1 point between them, so it's crazy. So you've got Getafe, Elche, Alaves, and Cádiz there. I mean it's really just a throw of a hat who's actually going to get relegated. It's going to be a hell of a battle, and but yeah, if you say Getafe, would you just say that based more on their new manager at the moment? You don't think he's kind of got what it takes to get them out of it?
Yeah, maybe he's able to change the mentality and also the mood of the team, because I think 1 month ago, they were on the bottom of La Liga, and now they are not on the bottom, but they are playing a little bit different. They are more confident as well, but I think they were beaten by Atlético Baleares 5-0. It's a team from the third tier of the Spanish football, fourth tier maybe.
Wow.
5-0. So
that's bad.
That's bad. So I think that's I think they are not. I think they are not gonna be able to survive. I think they are gonna go down for sure, I think that's my prediction. And I think Levante has the same, so it's more a mentality problem rather than. I think when you start losing and then you don't win, then you get more frustrated, and then the players then they don't find the solution. You need sometimes a bit of luck. I think that's something that's happening with Levante. They are a little bit frustrated every game. They are just losing every game for just 1 goal or 2 goals. Every game is really close, and they are not winning. So I think Levante, Getafe, and Cádiz. That's my prediction.
But you think Alaves and Elche they've just got just enough to survive?
Yeah, I think especially for Elche, they sacked also the coach. They have a new coach right now, but I think they have really good players. They have a really good attack. Lucas Boyer. They have Benedetto. I think probably really good. I don't know if you know Benedetto, but they are really good. He's a really good striker.
The name rings a bell.
He
Yeah.
played for Marseille, for Boca Juniors. I think he's actually. I think they have a really good attack. Elche, and also players like Pastore, Raul Guti. I think they should be able to even win more and even maybe compete for something else or try to fight for Europa League positions, because I think this is probably the best Elche team I have seen so far in La Liga. Really good players, but of course right now they are not winning. They are not really consistent. But I think it's going to change, especially if the coach is able to make or able to make the change that Elche needs and to win more. And I think for Alaves, I think they're going to be there till the end of the season. But I think they have a lot of years of experience in La Liga, and they know how to survive, let's say. And I think they always have that bit of luck, and I think they're gonna be able to continue in the Liga for one more year.
Excellent. Right, my man. I think that's a pretty good place to wrap things up. And thank you so much for coming on again, man. It's been an absolute pleasure, and it's been brilliant to just talk all about La Liga, because I'm a massive fan of La Liga, but I don't know as much as you do, obviously. So it's good to sort of reconnect and find out what's going on.
Thanks, man. It was a pleasure to talk with you about La Liga and also about Sevilla. It's always nice to talk with you, and I think hopefully next time we can talk. Or discuss La Liga, Sevilla is gonna be first or second, that will be really nice, let's say. But yeah, man, it was a pleasure to talk with you, and hopefully I will be invited to this channel again.
Of course, man. Always. The door is always open for you. Cool. All right, man. All the best, buddy.
All right, man. All the best.
Thank you so much for listening to the Triple F. If you could please drop a like on our Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter, that would be massively appreciated. Hope you're all keeping safe, and thanks again for listening to the Triple F.